Hello, my name is Amanda Brown. I'm going to talk to you about the unit plan that I created on famous leader biography assignment. This assignment focuses on how to complete the writing process effectively, mixed in with some social studies concepts on famous leaders that had an impact on our society and our world today. Involved in this unit plan will be researching a topic, taking notes on a topic, and taking the information that has been learned throughout the research and applying that and rewriting it into an informational piece of text. This unit plan is intended for 9th grade students, and of course each lesson will follow an I do, we do, you do format. As I had mentioned in my final writing piece, I would like this unit plan to be collaborative between the social studies and the English departments in the school, as I think that will provide students with a wealth of knowledge both on the leaders that they are researching in addition to the writing process and how to use it effectively. Okay, so for lesson 1 of this unit, students are going to begin by filling out a KWLS chart on the writing process. What do students already know? What do they want to know about the writing process? And after reviewing, what have they learned about the writing process? And that S column is used for what questions students still have about the writing process. And those questions, of course, will be submitted to the teacher, and the teacher can then further explain or answer any questions that students may have. After that, the students will be given a list of leaders to choose from. It's a list that the student and teachers came up with collaboratively for students to choose their leader. After they select their leader, they will fill out a KWLS chart about their leader so that they can self-manage what they've learned, in addition to the teacher being able to measure the students' knowledge growth and development. By giving students a choice of which leader they want to research, the project becomes more personal and relatable for the students, and therefore usually will increase the quality of work that's produced because the students take interest in what they are researching. Of course, the best part of this lesson is when the teacher goes through different formats of note-taking for students to use when they're researching. So, for example, there's the plan, there's double entry journals, or the SQ3R method for taking notes, and each student, of course, will use whichever method speaks to them and will help them get their most effective notes. Of course, the teacher will be checking in consistently throughout the lesson and having conferences with the students to make sure that everyone's on the same page and that nobody has any issues or questions. Outside of the classroom during the first lesson, within those first few days, students are asked to make a timeline of their leader. So they'll research and then go to readwritethink.org and fill in a timeline to provide information and facts about their leader. And of course, I use a rubric to grade the students on their timeline at the end when they do their entire presentation. And this rubric focuses on the quality of content, facts, accuracy of the content, sequence of content, dates, sentence fluency, and mechanics. So therefore, the students are being assessed not only on the information that they're presenting is correct, but that they're also following through with their sentence structure and clarity and organization, so that the teacher's also assessing the English side of it. How is it presented? Is it presented accurately? Lesson 2 of this unit will begin with a mini lesson on what is plagiarism and how it can be avoided. This is important because students are gaining information from a variety of sources, and it's important that they understand that they need to cite this information properly and only claim their words that they have written as their own. That will start our lesson, and then we'll move into a lesson on reviewing note-taking and then how to lift information from a source and quote it properly into your own work. So the teacher will start this lesson by pulling up a video, taking notes on it, and then together with the video and the notes, show students how she can cite the video source at the end of her writing. The teacher will also demonstrate how to lift a quote out of writing and place it into her own writing correctly. Within this lesson, my favorite part is how the teacher provides the opportunity for students to do what's called the jigsaw. So students will have the same article, and each group of students will be assigned one part of the article that they need to properly quote into their own writing. And the best part about this is that the students can teach each other what they learned in this article while still getting hands-on practice in their own section, which is great. This fosters teamwork and peer talk, which is really valuable in all lessons, so that the students can teach each other things that maybe the teacher didn't explain in a way that could reach all students. Again, this lesson focuses on lifting information out of an article, a video, or what have you, and how to properly quote that in your own words. Lesson 3 is my favorite lesson of the entire unit, and that is because this is where not only the teacher but the students take control of their own writing. And this lesson focuses on taking notes and turning them into an organized and fluid writing piece. The teacher starts off this lesson by providing each student with a copy of the rubric. So how exactly are they going to be graded on their writing piece? And then the teacher projects on the smartboard a copy of a 4 paper, a 3, and a 2. 4 being the best on the paper and a 1 being the worst on the paper. The teacher then has students explain why the student received the score they scored. So it's not just coming from the teacher, but it's coming from the students analyzing a piece of work so that they truly understand why that student received the score that they received. The rest of Lesson 3 will pertain to students drafting their writing and the teacher conferencing one-on-one with students and having students self-analyze where they are and what their next steps should be to make sure that their paper is written properly. Lesson 4 focuses on the editing process. So students will peer edit each other's papers. They will be provided with a paper of editing instructions in addition to an editing rubric that they'll use for each other. So students will be explained what they're looking for to make sure that each other's papers are accurate, in addition to the opportunity to rate their friends, whether they're focused on their topic, the accuracy of their facts, their introduction, their sequencing, flow and rhythm, and word choice. So this way the students can work together and explain where they're getting their ratings from. During the editing conference, students will be asked to perform TAG. TAG stands for tell each other one thing they did well, ask a question, and give one suggestion based on the writing that has been produced. To wrap up this unit, the last lesson entails students having the opportunity to shine. And this is the best part of the unit because students are given the opportunity to present the information they have found on their leader in a very creative way. Students will be given the opportunity to participate in what's called a live museum. So the students will dress up as a person that they researched and then freeze in a room all together. Parents will come in and other classes as well, and they'll be given a button to press. When they press that button, the student will come alive. They will teach some facts about what they learned about that person. When they're done, they'll freeze in the same position they started at, and will give the opportunity for others to come over and learn about them as well. In addition to this, students will be submitting their paper that they have written, and their timeline will be posted next to them where they're standing for the live museum. Of course, we have rubrics for each activity as well, for the timeline, for the paper, and for the live museum participation. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.